Good evening. I'm Firzik. Could you tell me your full name, please?
Hello, my name is Nadira and my surname is Islamov, but you can just call me Nadira.
Okay. Could you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Tashkent, which is the capital of Uzbekistan.
Okay. In this first part, I'm going to ask you questions about yourself. Now let's talk about shopping. Do you like shopping?
Yes, I can say sure because we're quite probably making shopping with my mom just for buying some products or a piece of clothes.
What's your favorite shop?
I've got one most popular shop which is situated nearby to our home, so it takes 5 minutes to reach the store, and the prices are always available for our pockets.
Do you prefer shopping alone or with others?
I I probably love to shop with my parents as I always can take advice from them if I have a doubt about whether to buy this particular product or a piece of clothes or not.
Do you compare prices when you shop? Why?
Let me think. Yes, I quite often pay serious attention to the prices because they can vary hugely from the lowest one to the more highest, and you can see this price on the similar equipment in the similar thing.
Okay. Is it difficult for you to make choices when you shop?
Mm, I'd say yes, because nowadays in modern world we've got such many things and items that you should freely choose, and sometimes it varies really hugely, and you of course have a doubt.
Now let's talk about texting. Do you like texting?
Of course, I think it's more available, let's say, with comparison to call to somebody, because with a texting message, you precisely show the information, the letters that you want to transform to somebody.
How often do you send text messages?
Wow, on a daily basis, just I've got one app in my phone. It's called Telegram, and I quite often open this for just texting to my friends and chatting with them.
Do you prefer sending or receiving messages?
Oh, I think that both are preferable for me because when I'm texting to somebody, of course, I'm waiting for the answer from this person, and I can say that I love both methods.
Have you ever received a confusing text message?
Oh, interesting question. Yes, a couple of times I've got some unexpected message from the strangers that I didn't even know, but I just block them, and so I don't have a problems with this anymore.
Have you ever had difficulty replying?
Wow, I think it's yes, because I think every person has, and it's due to maybe more because of the bad connection with the internet. So I quite often have a bad connection with the internet, and I think that's the main problem when I've got a problem with texting.
Okay. Next, I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you
Okay.
talk, you have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You can make notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes, of course.
Now, I'd like you to describe an ambition you've had for a long time. Okay, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this. Don't worry if I stop you. I'll let you know when the time is up. Could you start speaking now, please?
Well, the ambitions that I've got, if I'm not mistaken, it was a couple months ago. It was the successful graduating from my high school. Actually, I have finished 11th grade. Yeah, with the flying colors of grades. Of course, I think that people should to achieve and set a particular goal, if they want to reach something, and they should to motivate themselves. And I think the purpose in motivation must be really high. If the person will not set a high purpose, high aim goal in his or her life, it's gonna be just a mess in somebody's life. Well, and I did a lot of efforts. I just immersed myself in this particular particular activity for improving my grades to the better side, of course, because I should to graduate with the red certificate from my high school in order to enroll to the prestigious universities, because they required only five grades. And so it was really hard, especially in some subjects like math, physics, chemistry. So, and when I achieved them, if I'm not mistaken, it was in the summer, because in most particular cases we receive our attestates like in the summer, and if I'm not mistaken, 24 of August. And I think that it was really motivated me, and it was so ambitious for me, as I believed in myself that I achieved something in my high school.
Time is up. Thank you. Here's a question. Will you have the same ambition when you enter the university?
Of course, definitely, because I should also can finish my institute with the flying colors.
Right. You've been telling me about an ambition you've had for a long time. Now, I'd like to ask you some more general questions related to it. Is it important for us to have ambitions? Why?
Wow. I think it's logical, because if the person don't have any motivation, any aims, goals, what's the point to live at all? What's the point to reach something? What's the point to work and doing some kind of work? The person and the individual always should to set up the aims that he or she must to reach with the deadlines, of course. And I think it's gonna be motivate and make a person more ambitious in their life.
Do you think it's important for the youth to have ambitions? Why?
Without any doubt, I can say yeah, because the youngsters are such kind of people who are in the future gonna be lead our country for the better side, for the higher level in the future, of course. And I think that the young population of the particular country must be ambitious, and I think as well as old generation should to motivate them as well.
Okay. What kind of ambitions do people have in your country?
Well, I'm from Uzbekistan, and in my opinion, more students have the ambitions to make a family there. Particularly quite large extended families with several kids there. For instance, from let's say from 5 to 4, because they think that families is the most important major ambitions that should every person have in their life.
Right. Do you think children should consult their parents before setting their goals?
Really interesting question, because from my own experience, I always listen any advices from my parents, especially because I think that the older generation, the generation of our past, have lived there, they have passed these problems, and I think, of course, their advice would be definitely good, would be definitely usable in the future. Yes, maybe they cite their kind of advices may be kind of old-fashioned, But I think we always should to listen our parents because they are just our relatives and the only persons with whom we should to be and with whom we should to consulting before doing something.
Okay. What can be the result of failures?
Oh, yeah, quite interesting question. Because I think every person in their life at once should have this kind of situation where he put a lot of efforts on this activity, on the zeal, but in the end he failed, or in the middle of this activity he failed. And this is not a problem. You should just not give up. You should to motivate yourself. Don't, with notwithstanding what these hardlights, what the problems you're going to face with in the future, you just shouldn't give up. You should to set goals, go straight, and achieve them.
Okay. Why do many people lose their ambition gradually as they grow up?
Oh, I reckon that it's more because of the age. The more older we are, the less ambitious we have. Because as I see, for instance, from my parents, when they were youngsters, they've got so many ambitions, but then they faced with the real life and understand that sometimes their dreams don't come true. And I think that's the main reasons why most of the people lose ambitions. But I think, again, you shouldn't give up. You should to lead. You should to set up goals and just to make your dream in the real life, to make your dream true.
That's the end of your speaking test.